Hi, everyone. Welcome to the Pressbooks Network Manager training. My name is Amy, and I'm the Customer Success Manager at Pressbooks. As you know, with your enterprise agreement with Pressbooks, you get a institution-specific network. In this short video series, we will cover everything you need to know as the network manager for Pressbooks at your institution. So everything from how to customize your network homepage, to managing the administrative settings and panels for your network, to managing the books and users. In this specific video, I'm going to cover the introduction to Pressbooks and what Pressbooks is, the resources that we have available, and go through some of the examples of other institutions, networks, and books so that you get some inspiration. So firstly, what is Pressbooks? If you don't know what Pressbooks is a book formatting online software that allows you to easily create and export your book in multiple formats and display it on the web. It is built on top of WordPress, so if you've ever used WordPress before, it will look really similar to you and will be familiar. Every book is its own site with a front end, an administrative back end, user management, etc. But you, as the network manager, have access to your entire network, and every single book lives on that network. So you have access to everything as the top administrator for that network. So you have everything that the regular users have, but you can see every single book, you can see every single user, manage your stats, see all of the settings that every book has. You have total control. Whereas regular users, so all of the authors at your institution, will only be able to see the books that they are a part of and only manage their own user account. So you sort of have complete control. There are a couple of resources that you will want to be aware of. Firstly, starting with the Pressbooks webinars. So if you want to actually learn how to use Pressbooks as in terms of the authoring tool to author your books, you'll want to come to these webinars. We host them every single month, and they are it's in a two-part series. The first thing is getting started with Pressbooks, which is where we go through how to create a book, how to adapt an existing book, how to insert images and text, and go through the revision history and export your book and import content from Microsoft Word. Everything that a beginner should know about how to use Pressbooks, we cover in that session. The second part is the advanced Pressbooks publishing, which is where we cover features that are more advanced, like math, like accessibility, and other cool things like H5P, hypothesis, etc., etc. So these sessions are not just for network managers; they are for everybody. So anyone who's planning on using Pressbooks, I would recommend that you come to this. So you can just distribute this link widely, just pressbooks.com/webinars, and all of the resources that I share will be linked in the description box below. They are recorded always, so if you register for them, even if you aren't able to make it, you'll receive the recording afterwards. And they do also happen every single month. So if you miss one, then don't worry, there's always one happening the month after. When I actually go back to the pressbooks.com, you'll see that there's a little menu button called guides. And when you go here, you'll be able to see a couple of the resources that we also have that are self-help. So firstly is the Pressbooks user guide. So the Pressbooks user guide contains everything that you need to know about how to use Pressbooks. So all of the stuff that is covered in the webinars is also in the guide. And if you're looking for anything in particular, I'd recommend that you use the search bar up there. But you can see that everything that you need to know about book creation and sharing your book, exporting, importing, all of that is in here. What we cover in this video series for you as the network manager is all contained in the network manager guide. So today, in this video, we're going to go over how to, what Pressbooks is and an introduction to Pressbooks, whereas in the other videos that are coming up, we'll talk more about administering your actual network. So I'd recommend that you have a look in here if you would like a readable version of whatever we're covering in this series. And the last thing that I wanted to say about resources and help is that we do offer what is called premium support, and that is included in your enterprise agreement. But we offer support on a triage basis, meaning that if your users have questions, they will need to come to you And if you are unable to answer them, you can come to us and we are happy to answer specific questions, any questions that you might have at the Premium Support Help Desk. And then to sort of, as a segue, we have our Pressbooks Directory. So you've probably heard of this at this point. Pressbooks Directory is like a free library where you don't need a library card. There's no cost. You don't even need to have a Pressbooks network to be able to access this. These are all the books that have been created on Pressbooks. So there are 5,100 books, over 5,000 books that you can access entirely for free, that are free for you to read. There's no paywall, and you can click on any of them. In one of the webinars, we teach you how you can adapt the openly licensed books on here, or import certain content. So there you can also, there's an actionable element as well, not just reading, but also reusing this content, which is really awesome. And there's also, you can see how many Pressbooks networks there are. So you are now a part of this count. So there are many, many networks and many, many, many books that you can peruse through. If you want to learn how to use the directory, you can click on this button that says Take the Tour, and it will guide you. It's a little tooltip that guides you through how you can use the directory most efficiently and to fit your needs. If you scroll down, you'll see that there are a bunch of filters on the left-hand side that you can use to find books of your discipline, books within your state or province or region, different languages, different licenses, etc., etc. We also go into the directory a little bit more in the webinars. And if you actually go onto our YouTube channel, which is how you're accessing this video right now, you'll see that there's also a small short video on a tour of the directory. So lots of great resources there that can teach you how to get the most out of your Pressbooks network. So I'd recommend that if you're looking for some inspiration, to come to the Pressbooks directory to find examples of books. And yeah. The other thing that I wanted to show you in this short video is show you examples of other Pressbooks networks. So here I have two examples. I have Michigan State and I have the Nova Scotia Community College. In the next video in the series, I will show you how you can customize your homepage to have your institutional colors, to have certain text that you're looking for, to change the appearance. But just as a precursor, I wanted to show you what other institutions have done to their network. So here you can see that Michigan State has customized with their own colors. There's buttons that will lead you to the places that you want to go to. So if you click on this link, it will take you to the MSU page that talks about Pressbooks. And there's another button here that talks about the MSU OER program. You can also see that these are some of the books on the MSU network that they are choosing to put more publicly. And if you go to View Complete Catalog, this is their institutional catalog. So imagine it like the directory, except it's not across the entire Pressbooks world. It's just the books on the MSU network. So just the books that Michigan State has published and has chosen to put into their catalog. So these are all parts that you can have on your network that, like I said, I will show you in the other parts of this video series. And all of these menu buttons are also customizable. And I also just pulled up another example just to show you that there is flexibility and customizability here. They have NSCC has completely different colors, different buttons, different headers, different elements that they've chosen to include, links, and obviously different headers and footers. And all of this is customizable. If you actually go back to the directory, you'll find that on each of the book cards, which represents a specific book, you'll see that above, at the very top of the book card, you'll see what network this book belongs to. So in addition to just being able to click on the book and read the book, you can also go straight to their network. So if I copy and paste this, it will take me to the Atlantic OER Pressbooks network. So even though I just showed you two examples, you can see up to 144 networks, depending on what book card you click on. So there are lots of different places to go for inspiration, and there's also a bunch of different resources to help you get started. And in the next video, we'll talk a little bit about how you can customize your network to represent your institution a little bit better.